The recipients of the Reflections of Hope Award and the inaugural Oklahoma Standard Award have been announced by the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum. Joining us here in the Oklahoman's video studio to talk about it, Reflections of Hope co-chairs Sally Nichols-Starling and Sam Presti. Guys, great to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
How was your Labor Day holiday weekend?
Fantastic.
Good?
Fantastic.
Good.
Very good. Well, the Reflections of Hope and Oklahoma Standard Awards are coming up November 14th at the Skirvin Hilton. It's a luncheon there. And Sam, I'll throw it to you first of all. Reflections of Hope, set us up for it.
Well, obviously, it's something that has been ongoing for quite a while through the memorial. This year's recipient, PeacePlayers International, is a group of people who have taken the game of basketball and tried to unite, in areas of conflict all over the world. Brendan Toohey and his brother started it over a decade ago, and it's funny, the board and this group here found them. I had some contact with them in the past and had been to Israel on a trip with them before, but I'm just so thrilled that people like this are being recognized for the global impact they've had on bringing attention to the suffering that people have endured, but also the efforts that are being made to solve conflicts through means such as sports.
How unusual and inspiring is that to use a sport that you know and love very much? He's the general manager of Thunder Basketball, using the sport of basketball to unite people.
Well, I think, in a lot of ways, sports are kind of a metaphor, for so many different things in the world. And my own personal experience from being there and seeing Palestinian children and Israeli children, playing together, everything kind of gets left at the door, and kids are kids. And I also think the thing that really struck me is the real heroes are the parents of the people that are involved with PeacePlayers. When PeacePlayers comes to them, they have to make a big decision, as a parent, as a mentor, to engage and allow their children to participate in this way. And that's, to me, their ability to connect with the adults in the children's lives is incredible. And I also think that, again, it unites people in what is competitive, but at the end of the day, it's about bringing people together, and they've had a tremendous impact.
Over 75,000 children from around the globe have gone through this leadership program. Places like Palestine, the Middle East, Israel, South Africa, Northern Ireland, and places in America. So they really have a global impact. We're really excited to have them as our recipient.
What was the response from them when you guys reached out and contacted them?
They were delighted. They were really overjoyed.
Yeah. I don't think it was something they were anticipating. But I mean, that to me is what makes them who they are. Like, they really do serve. They've had tremendous success in what they've set out to do, but they're not doing it to win awards. And what started as a really small idea has affected thousands and thousands of people, and I think is a demonstration of what's possible.
Reflections of Hope Award again, November 14th at the Skirvin Hilton. It's a $25,000 cash prize that will be donated to PeacePlayers International, this year's recipient, and there have been some worthy recipients over the years, so they are the latest. Also, the first time we will have the Oklahoma Standard winner. Tell us about this.
Sure, it's a new award that the Memorial and Museum is giving out. It goes to an Oklahoman, a local person who exemplifies the Oklahoma Standard through acts of honor, service, and kindness. And we're really excited to have Katie Pryor, a local high school student, as our very first award winner. Katie had a great-grandfather who's a veteran, and when he passed away, she realized that most veterans only had an audio version of taps played at their funeral, not a live recording, not a live trumpet player. So she was learning how to play the trumpet, and she realized that maybe she could do something about this. She saw a need, and she filled it. When she was coming up with her Girl Scout Gold Award project, she realized that she could multiply her impact. So she taught her friends taps and their friends' taps, and it grew, and they all went out and volunteered at veterans' funeral. But it continued on. So now she has her very own non-service service organization that is in multiple states teaching countless children taps so they can volunteer. So she's a really perfect example of the Oklahoma Standard.
I'm sure you guys had a lot of entries, a lot of great stories, people who fit the Oklahoma Standard that you had to wade through, but Sam, as an entrepreneur, you probably looked at this and said, wow, this lady really has it together.
Yeah, well, the first thing is it opens your eyes to just the impact that someone can have from awareness, but the thing that really struck me in Katie's story is the mobilization. You know, she took action and decided to try to stimulate growth beyond just her personal reach. And again, it brings attention to things that are so important: honor, service, and in all of it, she's honoring her family because something she's done for her family, but it's really having a ripple effect outside of the state even. And the thing about the Standard Award that we've talked about quite a bit is you could give this to so many people in Oklahoma, because this is kind of the beauty of Oklahoma, that these types of acts are happening. What we wanted to try to do is bring a recognition that these things are happening, so that there's permanence and people recognize like this is a part of our environment and community that we need to protect as we reach for bigger and brighter and bigger and better. We can't dilute the roots of the city and the things that have made this such a spectacular and unique place to live.
I'm sure the service members and families certainly appreciate the impact that she and others are having. All right, once again, the 2016 Reflections of Hope and Oklahoma Standard Awards coming up. It's a luncheon on Monday, November 14th, starts at 11:30 at the Skirvin. Tickets, tables?
Sure, tickets are available by calling the Memorial Museum at 235-3313.
Nice.
I know, or
Impressive.
going to the Oklahoma, the Reflections of Hope Award.org. There are tickets. There's also sponsorships available. Sponsors not only help fulfill the mission of the memorial through their donations, but they also have an opportunity to interact with the Peace Players with a exclusive VIP reception before one of the Thunder games. So there's multiple ways that you can come to this luncheon, leaving feeling really inspired and challenged by these great stories.
Very good, and I'm told by our friend Carrie Watkins over here that registration has already started for the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon at okcmarathon.com. It's 235 days away, according to the website. Sally Nichols, Starling, and Sam Presti, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the conversation.
Thank you.